Today, on Be Something Wonderful, do less than you can possibly imagine. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I heard from a client this morning. We had a follow-up session for a session that we had about a week ago over last weekend. And during that weekend, she said she booked a session pretty much on short notice, and said, you know, Tom, nothing is going right. And she went over the story, the details, right? She had lost her cell phone, which hadn't been recovered yet. The person, a new guy that she was dating, she had sent two text messages. Normally they exchange text messages and he gets back, but he hadn't heard from her. And she already had sent two of them. And in her consulting practice, two of her proposals were turned down. And she said, yeah, and you know, I did a lot of work for those. I did a lot of follow-up. And then finally, after several phone calls, they said that it wasn't for them. And then there's still a third one out, and she doesn't know what to do. And I said, well, for all of this, for the person that she's starting to date, for the business proposals, and for the lost cell phone, I said, just do nothing right now. Just be. And I go, everything is good. And she goes, I can't see that. And I go, exactly. So I really want to cover this, because now we had a follow-up session this morning, and she said it was amazing. I did it. I did nothing and just went within, right? And of course, the guy that she'd been dating did text her, got back to her. That business proposal hasn't been accepted yet, but they're asking for more information. So it's moving along, and her cell phone was recovered. All of this, right, in a week, that she what I said to her is, you could do it for a week, just for a week, and then if you want, you can get back to your old sort of shuffling things around in desperate action. And we both laughed. I go, you can always go back to that, but for a week, just don't do anything. So guys, I want to talk about this because it's really a story of the path of least resistance, right? She was taking the path of most resistance, trying to do things, trying to make things happen, not creating the inner world first, or the inner reality where everything is working out, where she could be led, where she can listen to her intuition, she can listen to her guidance, and be moved along that path of least resistance. Let's cover this today. This is what Genevieve Davis says. She's the author of the Magic books. She wrote several of them. But the path to everything you ever wanted is simple. Do not resist anything. Wow, so powerful. Totally resistance-free. And I know, just like my client, we argue for our limitations, why we have to do things, why we have to resist. And defending our limitations, say we're not really resisting. We just want what we want. I get all that. But this is beautiful. That's the path of least resistance, right? What Abraham Hicks and other spiritual teachers talk about. And Neville Goddard calls it the bridge of incidence, right? Where you're led along the bridge of incidence to everything you want, right? You don't have to do anything. Do less than you could possibly imagine. Genevieve Davis, right? Do nothing with your thoughts. Do nothing with your feelings. That's why we let our thoughts and feelings, those temporary thoughts and feelings, get in our way. And we think we have to do something with them. We have to do something with the thought that, oh no, I may never recover my phone, or the feeling that our third proposal is going to get rejected, or the guy won't call us back, or whatever it is. We feel like we have to resolve that, do something about that. Just leave them, right? They have no power unless you give it to them, right? So that's really how I want to open today. Resistance is wanting the present moment to be different than it is. Hear this. You are saying no to God because God's only found in the present moment, right? You are cutting yourself off from all that guidance, all that insight that's within you and that is you. When you're resisting, when you're trying to make things happen, when you're in a frantic state, right? By wanting things to be different, you're resisting what is. You're deeming the present moment somehow not good enough, or that it needs to be changed. This is Genevieve Davis. Do you hear this? You've got to look at everything event as on the path of least resistance. Because when you do, it is. Remember, you have that power. The opposite of resistance is trust. A total surrender to your inner authority. A total surrender to that inner recognition of that greater reality within you. That's what she did over the week, right? That's the opposite. It's a total trust, right? A total surrender. So, and really that's what spiritual teachers call the receiving state or the allowing state. It's trust and acceptance. It doesn't mean that's your choice. It doesn't mean that you agree with it, but you're accepting it and you're trusting in your inner authority to bring you along the path of least resistance to everything you want. It's about being greater than your current conditions and your past experiences. This is big, right? Because we looked at everything through a past lens, right? And we look at and remember, the current conditions are the past. So it's being greater than them. This is really what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, right? Being greater than time, being greater than your environment, greater than your body. Being greater than your current conditions and past experiences. If it is necessary to take some action, this is Neville Goddard, you will be led to do so in a normal, natural manner. You do not have to do anything to bring it about. So big, right? It's an unfolding of what you already embodied within. That's all. Go within and embody it and then let it unfold. Right? It's not even, you're not pulling it, you're not really creating anything new. You're seeing another aspect of yourself. You're a fully evolved, perfect being here to experience some part of that evolution and to choose what part of that evolution you want to choose now. I've said that in several videos, but that's perfect for today. So you cannot do, this is what Neale Donald Walsch, Conversations with God, I think this was book 3. You cannot do your way to being. And he was pointing to the be, do, have paradigm, that we have it backwards. We believe if we do something, we'll have what we want, and then we'll be happy, or we'll be content, or we'll be in our ideal life. Or if you have something, you'll start doing what you want to do, and then you'll be happy, or content, or fulfilled. But it's not about that. It's focusing on what being first, aligning with God, aligning with Source, aligning with that ease and grace, and not doing anything. Right? Just your doing will be guided. So when I say not doing anything, I mean not doing to make something happen. You're going to take action, but it's going to be aligned. It's going to be natural. It's going to be the logical next step, right? That's the hard way when you focus on doing and having, and you get frozen on those current conditions. It's separation, it's struggle, it's hard work, it's sacrifice. Remember what Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. No one, you don't have access to that great formless substance but through your I am. Through that I am that is you. I am is God. It's the way, it's the life, it is the process. So we want to process us way there, but we are the process. God's the process. I am is the process. Get out of the way. Get out of your way. Get out of the way of I am. Let go and let God. That's what that really means, let go and let God. Right? Do not judge according to appearance, but judge with righteous judgment. In other words, beneath all appearances, everything that you see that's going, quote, wrong is God. One power, but not just one power, all power. There is no other power than God. Do you see this? So the conditions have no power. You give them, the only power that you give them from above, from your I am. Right? That's one power, but it's all power. Every outcome, event, and condition is the perfect unfolding leading you to all you desire. It has to be, because it's all God and it's all you. It's when you judge that it isn't that you start going down a path of struggle, of strife, of hard work, of resistance. Right? Your point of power is always now. Remember, there's only now. There's only that eternal moment in now. God saw all that he had made, and behold, it was very good. It has to be very good. It's God made it, right? So I just want to really hit this, that believe in and trust completely yourself, your I am, your inner reality of good, right? That's not merely faith in God. Hear this. Rather, it's the faith of God. It's not really having not just having faith in God, but having faith of God as God. That's faith, right? That's the belief in your inner reality. And I just want to say that when you believe, we had a discussion that we started getting into beliefs, that she goes, well, I guess I just believe I'm not going to get these things, right? Or I believe in loss. And I go, well, it's not necessarily that they're old beliefs or limiting beliefs that can't be changed. Actually, whatever you believe is new in each moment and now. I really want to hit this. All beliefs are brand new, actually, when you think them. Right? It's not like you have an old belief. It's what you are thinking, feeling, and believing right now, and that's always new. Hear this. You're not stuck with old limiting beliefs or old assumptions. Right? They're not old. But they seem like they're old because they're similar to the beliefs that you believed a minute ago, or 2 minutes ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, right? Beliefs are new in each now moment and create your reality in each now moment. Nothing is fixed, nothing is stagnant, nothing's unchangeable except the ultimate reality and love behind it all. God is the only thing that doesn't change. That love is the only thing that doesn't change. That means all those conditions that you were looking at are changeable. It's only when you believe they're not, or you believe that they're not good, or you believe they're not the path of least resistance, that creates the path of most resistance, that creates unwanted conditions. You get to believe it new, brand new in every moment. This is powerful. It's really about doing less than you could possibly imagine. I am your host, Tom Caron, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button. Like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. You can follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful. We have a group called the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors. You can find us at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. We also have Instagram, that's at Tom Caron, Twitter at Tom Caron, or just visit our website anytime at tomcaron.com or besomethingwonderful.com. That has all that information and more. Creators, until next time, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, see you soon.